What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? I want y'all to look at this. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, what's everybody doing? Let's check it out. Let's see. What's up, Metal Art? What's up, Elko? What's up, Chris? What's up, TJ? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Tim? I appreciate it. All right, so boys and girls, let me show you. That son of a gun, man, he's a man. That's Hawkins. All right, so check this out. So let me turn this welder off. So Elko already knows this. Elko already knows. So they don't make a piece of 7-inch channel, right? So I've watched a bunch of videos online of people taking like 3-inch by 3-inch angle iron and then putting a piece of strip in the middle and welding it all together and making a chain bridge and piecing stuff together and just, and I understand completely. You have to use what you have. And I get it. I'm not doing that. I'm not piecing nothing together. So let me show you what I got going on. So I'm building a chain bridge and I need it to be 7 inches on the inside. What's up, Tulu? I need it to be 7 inches on the inside right here. So from here to here, I need it to be 7 inches. From here to here, I need it to be 2 inches. And from here to here, I need it to be 43 inches long. Mustang poster. What Mustang poster? What Mustang poster? Hold on a second. Marketing to cart, love that Mustang poster on the wall. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's back up. Metal M28 carting, love that Mustang poster on the wall. What Mustang poster? That one? This one? That poster? Is that the one you're referring to? Oh, appreciate it. All right, so I went up to the place where I used to work at a long time ago in high school. Yeah, it's a nice car. It's a nice car. So I want to build this out of 1/4 inch or 5/16 plate. So what I asked them to do was, I asked them to cut me a piece, shear me a piece of 1/4 inch or 5/16 plate. 2, 7, 2. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 inches. So I need a piece of plate that's 12 inches wide by 43 inches long. Right? That's what I need. Then, since they have a 100-ton press up there, I told them to bend it 2 inches, 7 inches, 2 inches. So they're going to make me, 1/4 inch or 5/16. So I told them whatever they had, at least 1/4 or 5/16. 5/16 is thicker than 1/4. So because if you look, so you got 1/16, 1/16, 1/16, 1/16. Right? You got 4. So that's 1/4. Right? If you got 5/16, that's 5/16. That's a 1/16 thicker than 1/4. So I told them either 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, or 5/16. So they said, cool. So they're gonna make this today. They're gonna make the channel for me. So once they make the channel and I get the channel back, then what I'll do is I'll come over and I'll cut this hole out. I'll cut this hole out. And then also, I got a piece of pipe. I got some pipe that's 3 inches long. Actually, it's 5-inch pipe, which measures 5 5/8 on the inside. So it's 5 5/8 on the inside. I'm gonna put stovepops or raised, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put spring pockets. I seen one guy build his chain bridge, and all he did was put a piece of 3-inch pipe to hold the spring. And when I mean hold the spring, these are not the springs, but this just kind of give you an idea. So these are the springs. These are the springs for this. So I watched this one guy. He didn't do drop pockets. I call them drop pockets. So what he did was, he took the piece of channel, right? He took the piece of channel and he welded a piece of pipe on the inside, and then the spring set like that, and then here's your rear end. I know this is upside down, right? So he made a piece of pipe that went inside here. So when it was on the chain bridge, so when the spring was in the chain bridge pocket, there was a pipe that went in here. Then the hydraulic cylinder goes through here, and then on the chain bridge, there was another pipe, 2 1/8 pipe, DOM tubing, that the hydraulic cylinder went through so it doesn't move. I'm not doing that. I am putting a piece of tubing, DOM tubing, for the cylinder to run through. But I am doing raised pockets. So when you look at it from the side, I'm doing raised pockets about 2 inches. I think that's where I'm at. So what that's going to do, that's going to let the spring set into this another 2 inches. Plus it'll have a pipe in the middle that holds the spring, so the spring will be like that. So the spring will be cradled on the outside and on the inside. Yes, yeah. Yep, that's right. I'll be on the backyard boogie welding pieces together. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, Elko. I just can't do that. You know what I mean? So that'll be one piece. That'll be one piece. And then in the center right here, we're going to cut two. I'm going to cut 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 holes right here. All right, so you go center line. Man, I found a lot of videos on YouTube on building chain bridges, and nobody will give the information. Nobody will give numbers. They just say, I'm building a chain bridge. They don't give no numbers or nothing. I mean, I guess they're afraid somebody's going to take some damn money out of their pocket, man. I mean, there's 6.8 billion people in the world, and you worried about somebody trying to steal some money out of your pocket. My clients are not your clients, and your clients are not my clients. So, I mean, I don't understand. But just as soon as I get all this material on the table, you better best your sweet ass that I'm going to give every measurement out online, every bit of it for free. I don't understand. So I'm going to come center line. So you got 43. So half of 43, you come half of 43, and then I'm going to measure over 2 inches this way and 2 inches this way, and then I'll center line it this way, which will be 3 1/2, and I'm going to cut a 2 1/8 hole right there. And that 2 1/8 hole, that 2 1/8 hole right there is going to be for this right here. So this is going to be the chain pocket. So this will go in. There'll be 4 of these. There'll be one here, and there'll be 2 on the axle, right? So look, there's my daily devotion I tell y'all every day. So basically, you got the rear end, right? You got the rear end, and then you got your chain bridge, right? So center line, that's what that means, center line. I'll have one of these there, and I'll have one of these there. And then you'll have the spring, then you'll have your hydraulic cylinder. You'll have I'm running power balls, so you'll have a power ball, right? Okay? You have your pocket, then you have your spring, then you have your cylinder, and you have your power ball pocket, right? You measure from the edge of the center line of this cylinder over 2 inches. Everybody's going over 2 inches. and then you put another one of these on top of the rear end, all right? Then you drill a hole, and then you run your chains right? Oh yeah, it's I'm not doing it for competition. I'm doing it to ride, man. I don't give a shit one way or the other. I'm doing it to ride. I don't care nothing about trophies. I don't care about competition. I've already got all my stuff in my life. My first part of my life, I done all that. Got awards, got SEMA awards, got all that. I ain't into that. Look, I'm not into that. So then I will brace up the rear end. I will bridge this, and I'm probably going to run some DOM tubing and build a frame, and then I'm going to do it this way too. I'm going to brace this up. So basically, here's your frame rails, right? These are your frame rails, and then you chain bridge. By doing it this way, you got your cylinders. Let's say you got a 12-inch cylinder. So what you do is you cut the difference and you shorten your links by a few links. And what that does is that gives you a pivot point. So basically how that works, it's a pivot point. So when you add fluid to this cylinder and this cylinder pushes up, what happens is this cylinder is putting a lot of pressure. And then this chain gets tight. And as this chain gets tight, it kicks it, it pivots. And the whole car pivots, all right? So when that pivots, what happens is your front wheel, you get standing three wheel. You get standing three wheel. So that's what that happens. So that's what I'm working on. I'm getting all my parts together. I got a tracking number. It says my I got a tracking number. And it says all the hydro stuff is supposed to be here next week after Memorial Day. So we'll just see. But let me show you what we're doing right now. So I went and picked up some rebar. Cut this rebar, and I'm putting this rebar from there to there. And you're probably wondering why I'm putting that rebar from there to there. So with this, let me show you what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of stuff ordered for this. I got another fuel pump order for this because the fuel pump's bad. So we're gonna put a new fuel pump. Matter of fact, I went and got it today. Here's the fuel pump. I got all the fuel pump stuff, so now I can put a new fuel pump on this and we can get that going. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Let me show you. Let me show you. Just let me show you what we're going to do. Y'all stay with me. Y'all live with me for just a second. Let me show you. Y'all stand by. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. Let me show you what I'm doing. Organization is the key. Organization is the key. So let me show you what I'm doing. Come live with me for a second. No, you ain't supposed to have shorts on welding. Do I care? No, I don't give a shit. That's in like playing. Yes, sir. I will put me some gloves on though. All right, so let me show you what I'm doing. What we doing, Jay? Let me show you. Come live with me for a second. Let me live with you. I ain't gonna put the phone up here because I got a damn welding ball on it yesterday. And yes, sir. You see what I just did? You see what I just did? Let me show you. Huh? Huh? Look at there. I got me a rack. I got me a rack. So what's that do? That cleans up my tool cart. So that is cleaning up my tool cart. So now I can take organization. Now I can clean up my tool cart. All right, let me catch up on the comments. Let me see where we're at. Well, SS, I appreciate that. Helps with overextending them too. Did we just join first? Mike, let me tell you something. I don't expect nothing, no less from you, brother. Nothing, no less. Yes, I can draw. I was just trying to do fast. Yep. SS, I appreciate that. Mike, Elko, yep, it keeps from overextending. Be like me the other day, welding, I looked like I got hit with a firing squad. Oh, yeah. Mike, man, what's up, Mike? Giving out memberships. Man, that's cool, dude. So this right here, I've been wanting to do this for a minute. And this is 1/2-inch rebar. So we're good to go on that. Also, I mean, I can get, I can clean up my carts. I can clean my carts up. Take my flat bastard files. You know what I mean? I can come over here and look at here. Look. Look at her. Huh? What y'all think about that? Try to be a little bit more organization. Look at these flower pot holders I made a long time ago. Look at these flower pot holders. Check these out. I turned them into daggone drop cord holders. So that's where I'm at on that. Oh, y'all want to see something cool, man? Let me show y'all something. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Damn telemarketers, man. I swear, man, they'll come through and just mess up your whole damn news feed, even though you got daggone do not disturb. That finger brake is on wheels. It just transferred mess from one cart to another. No. Mike, this is my welding table. This son gun right here don't get moved. This thing don't get moved much. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just moved my mess from one side to the next. But here's the thing. All my hammers and stuff, I got more hammers. And that's these are my little crash carts. So this thing takes a beating. So all that stuff's in the way. Every bit of that's in the way. Like, see, those spray bottles, they don't need to be hanging there. They need to be somewhere else. So that's why I got, well, sun gun. That thing's too short. Look at there. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to do something different. All right, now let me show you something. All right, fellas, let me show you this. So I was on the old interweb, right? And I was looking at fuel tanks. All you need now is to find a place for that speed square. Yeah, I know, right? That's actually a framing square. So anyways, so I was online and I was looking for fuel tanks, right? I was just looking. Fuel tanks, fuel cells. I was just looking, right? And I found this company on eBay, right? That has these fuel tanks. And I clicked on it and I said, there is no way that that's worth anything. No way. So I ordered it. I ordered off of, no, I take that back. I ordered off of Amazon. So I ordered it, right? And when I ordered it, if it wasn't whatever, I'd just send it back and get my money back, right? It came yesterday. And I didn't realize that it had AN-10 fittings. If you don't know what AN is Army fittings. So AN stands for Army Navy fitting. You got AN-2, AN-4, AN-6, AN-8, AN-10. That's the race connectors everybody uses on race cars and stuff is actually Army Navy. So this tank comes, and I'm like, there is no way. I'm going to show it to you. Look at this tank. I got to get a haircut today, too. Where's Unc at? Unc, I need a haircut. Look at this gas tank. This is a 2.5-inch gas tank. Now, they make them bigger. They make them, 10 gallons, 8 gallons, 4 gallons, 15 gallons, 20 gallons. But look at this fuel tank, right? First of all, let's look at the welds. Very, very nice welds, right? Very, very nice welds. Let's look at the bottom. It's not completely flat on the bottom. The reason why it's not flat on the bottom is because this is the pickup. So all the fuel runs right here. So it's actually called a drifter, for drift racing is what it is. All right. Hey, if Unc gets me right, I'll give him $5. This thing is really, really nice. These are A&N fittings. These are -10, so it's basically 7/8. It did come with two plugs. So I don't have no -10s. I had to order them. So I ordered -10s from -10 to 3/8 fuel injection line. So that's that. They make these in black, but I went with aluminum. It also has a gas cap. It's vented. And it also has foam in it to keep it from sloshing. There's a little bit of foam in there There's a foam ball in there to keep it from sloshing. It also has a GM style sending unit. So it has a gas lever in there, right? So anybody want to take a guess how much this thing was? I'm going to tell you, these fittings right here are like $12 or $13 a piece, right? So this actually, Mike, is actually for my startup cart, because this is fuel injection and I need a return. So basically, I'm going to bolt this to this because I got to have a return. I got to put this fuel pump regulator on to have a return because this is fuel injection. So that's what I got that, because I didn't want to drill into this. I didn't want to drill into this and weld bungs on it and all that. So I just didn't want to do it. So this right here on Amazon, shipped here to the house, was $52. $52. There's no way. See, these are A&N fittings. These are 3/8. So these are 3/8. There is no way you could build this for $50. There's no way. You got over $50 and daggone material in it. So that is super, super nice. Super, super nice. I'll drop the link down after this live of the company. But like I said, they make all different kinds. So I'm really thinking about, I know, Mike, that's what I'm saying. The labor rate, just to weld that, is more than that. So the fuel tank, now the fuel cell for this is right here. It's underneath this. And I'm going to build, the wood is just to cover it up. Once it's all said and done, I'll take the wood off and then I will put a metal floor. I'm going to bead roll it and all that stuff. So the wood is here just because the plan in the beginning was to have a speaker box that was over the whole back of the truck. And I needed something to screw the 3/4 MDF, not MDF, it's laminated 3/4 board. And I needed something to screw down into. So that's why this is wood. Well, the wood's coming out and now we've changed the directions. There is going to be a speaker box here, but it's all going to be metal floor. And the speaker box is going to be underneath the floor with a picture window with access. It's hard to explain, but you just stay with me and you can see it. So all this is coming out. So I'll take this wood as a template and I will cut metal out and I will weld the floor and it'll be a complete metal floor. So when you actually come up to the truck, you won't see nothing. It'll be a metal floor all the way up, and then it'll be a picture window where you can see the audio, the blow-through box, and then you'll see a picture window where you can see all the air ride. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at them. So that's that. But I just wanted to jump on here, see what everybody's doing. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I got a bunch of more hammers, body hammers and metal hammers that I need to get out of my toolbox in the back, and clamps, and just put all that on there. So that's what I was doing on that. Look, I got the banner put up. NVU right there. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, you're right. Sometimes you just can't beat Amazon. I'm sorry. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Also, I got to box these up and ship these out. Somebody already hit me up, so these are gone. This is the mufflers for the 63 Impala. This is all the air ride stuff for the 63 Impala. So that's that. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I got today. Like I said, I didn't want to be on here too long, about 30 minutes. But I will say this. Everything that I say in my mornings, I write it down. It's right off the, I write it down. Man, look at that sticker. That's a nice sticker, ain't it? Nice. That's about it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be working on the. Oh, let me show you this, and then we'll. I did get the cross member put in. I got the spacers welded on. I got this tacked in, so got the coilover brace in. Got that done. So we're getting back on this, which is good. So I'll be on this, and then I got a lot of meetings tomorrow and Friday, so I don't know how much I'm gonna actually get done. If you don't understand about meetings and stuff like that, then you just don't understand. I appreciate every single one of you. We ain't gonna talk about that cross member. We ain't gonna talk about that cross member short. Mike, what you talking about? We ain't gonna talk about that cross member short. Oh, you mean talk about the short reel of the cross member? What do you want to talk about? You did a short on welding that cross member. Yes, I did. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about it. I ain't scared. Let's talk about it. What you want to talk about? Say it, Mike. Say it. I didn't think you was short for words. Say it. What about it? What about it? Let me put some power on this phone. Mike, what you got on your mind? You did it short. Trying to show off not making full welds like you're supposed to. Trying to show off not making full welds like you're supposed to. Well, I didn't have no cold and hot start. If I see what you're saying. You're saying that I should have started on one side and welded all the way around continuous to the other side. I agree and disagree. If I didn't tack it on all four corners or all four sides, even though I had it clamped down with the bolt, had it torqued down with the bolt so it was flat, so it couldn't twist. So I see your point. I could have started at 12 o'clock and went all the way around back to 12 o'clock and did one continuous pass. I could have done that. But I didn't. I did it in 4 quarters. I went from 12 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. That's how I done it. So I agree. I agree and disagree with you. Yes, I should have started at 12 since I had it clamped down with the bolt and it couldn't flex, it couldn't move, and went from 12 o'clock all the way. I should have went from 12 noon all the way to midnight. But I did not do that. I clamped it down. I went from 12 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. So I actually take that back. I actually went from 12 to 3, 6 to 9, 3 to 6, 9 to 12 is actually what I did. So Mike is correct and Mike is wrong. You can be right and wrong at the same time. That's what I was told. But yeah, so if you're going to weld it continuously, you need to tack it on all 4 sides so it doesn't flex. Because if you start welding on one side and you weld all the way around, you're going to make the metal do like that. Tube structural not supposed to have any stops. This is how we were taught it has to be. Yeah, you are exactly right, Mike. You're exactly right, Mike. Tube structural, correct. You're correct. But we're not kind of actually doing that. That's just actually a spacer. So Mike is correct. If we was doing American Welder certified test, he is right. You're supposed to start continuously and go from one spot to one spot. He is not wrong on that. I will agree on that. I did not do that. I did it in 4 quarters. Like I said, I went from 12 to 3, 6 to 9, 3 to 6, 9 to 12. And I did not do continuously. Is it going to matter in that situation? No. No, it's not going to matter. 1 inch of solid weld will hold 2 tons of weight, in theory. Yeah, so it's all good. But Mike is right. He is right. If we're talking structural, like if we was building structural stuff and structural pipe and all that stuff, he is correct. It has to be one continuous weld from start to bottom, and then depends on how many passes you're going to do. You're going to do your root pass. We can get into all that American Welder certified positions and all that, but I'm going to be honest. Most people will probably be completely lost, and there probably wouldn't be but like 2 of us that would understand what the hell's going on. And I'm not trying to get to that today, but Mike, you are correct. Hey, Mike, I want to tell you one more thing. I appreciate all the gifts of membership. That is super great. And I'm going to leave Mike with this. Everybody knows Mike's a Marine, right? 2 things. And I'm only doing this because I know Mike can take it. 2 things. 1, you know how you get rid of a Marine? Throw sand on the wall and tell him to hit the beach. Ha ha! And they also come out and said, you can't call Marines jarheads no more. It's politically incorrect. You can't call Marines jarheads no more. Because you can put something in a jar, you can't put shit in a Marine. Ha ha! I appreciate you, Mike. Just had to give you crap on. I figured I was on. Oh, yeah, and I appreciate it, Mike. I really do. I appreciate it. I respect your attention to detail. I respect your, I respect it. I respect it because, yeah, I do the same thing. I look at other people's stuff, but I don't never call them out because I don't know them. You know what I'm not? And I'm never going to beat another man up on his stuff. I'm never going to beat a man up on his stuff. You will never see me criticize nobody else's work. You won't see me pick nobody's work apart. You won't see me do any of that. And the only reason why I do that is because it's just out of respect. It's bad business. It's just unprofessional. And it's just not. But if you come at me sideways and start talking cheeky, then it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. Be careful with the tree you shake. You might not care. Be careful the tree you shake. You might not like what falls out of it or kick the bushes. But for Mike, I appreciate Mike. I appreciate Mike, and Mike is and Tulu has said this like numerous times. If you're non-military, you don't get it. You are non-military, you don't get it. You just don't get it. So if you're in that brotherhood of military, Mike, Tulu, 87, my friend Derek Pickney, if you're in that clique of military, we grew up getting hazed in the military. It was a part of passage. It was part of becoming like the metamorphosis of being a caterpillar to a damn dragon, right? So if you're on somebody's page and they're military oriented and you got 2 military people or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, and they're getting after each other, and you think that they are attacking each other or they're disrespecting each other or belittling somebody or whatever. Go sit your ass down at the kiddie table and let grown folks do business. Because the military family of military background, we grew up. Now, me and Mike probably grew up on it rougher than the newer generation. Hazing. Now, there's a difference between being hazed and being bullied or code red. There is a difference. I'm talking about hazing. I'm not talking about bullying, and I'm not talking about code red. And if you don't know what code red is, go sit down at the little kiddie table. Let us grown folks talk. So if you're on Mike's channel or Tulu's channel and they're throwing, like me and Mike, kicking back right now, it's all love. There's no hate. There's no discord. There's no disrespect. There's nothing in between. There's nothing in between. And I don't know Mike personally, but I know he was a Marine. I know how he was brought up. I know how he was taught. And I know what to expect from Mike, because that's the brotherhood of military. So for folks that's not in the military and you don't understand it, please don't take it personal when you see military brothers and sisters going at each other to a certain degree. Now, there is a point where it gets too crazy. That's why I said there's a difference between hazing, bullying, and code red. You know, you might think it's bullying. That's how we got our rite of passage. Let me see what Mike says. We talk all day to each other, but you can bet if one. Yeah, exactly. Facts. 100%, Mike. 100%. 100%. Tulu has said it many times in his videos. There is people. Let me show you something. Y'all want me to show y'all something? I'm going to show y'all something that y'all don't even know. I got a tattoo across my stomach. There is 9 other people that we laid down on a table and got this tattoo on our bodies. 9 other people. 9 people that I was with that hold a different spot in my life. 9 people. 9. The only other people that I put above these 9 people is my kids and my wife. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's my family that's in my house, and then these 9 people, and then those 9 people branch off. Those 9 people. 9 people. And I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper. Mike says, God, but don't say something, it's a boy. Mike, you a damn fool, man. This is what it says. Let me get me something I can write on. This is what it says. KALGSO. This is what it says. And I'm sure somebody else in life has this, but there was 9 of us that got this. KALGSO. I have that tattooed across my stomach. KALGSO. What's up, 87? We just in here building some tool racks. I have that. That's what I have. If you know what it means, you know what it means. If you don't know what it means, sit over here at the kiddies table and let us grown folks talk. So I appreciate every single one of you. I've been on here 45 minutes. So if anybody knows what that means, drop it down in the chat. If you don't know what it means, Google it. Google it. Those 9 people So when you see people like 87, Mike, Tulu, anybody that was military oriented, when we're talking to each other and getting on each other, we're not bashing them, we're not disrespecting them. It's a rite of passage that we came through. So military, the whole thing of the military complex is when you join the military, you already, if you don't know what's going on when you get there, you're about to find out. And most of the people that don't make it through the military don't know what they're getting themselves into. And then when it pops off, they panic. I knew I was going to the military when I was 10 years old. I knew I was going. I got pictures of me all suited up, booted up, frogman, the whole 9 yards at 10 or 12 years old, right? I had my advanced open water PADI certification when I was 15, diving in the ocean in Chile and water. You know, my family, they run charters where we went diving. I had all that before I even joined the military. When I was 17 years old and turned 18, was in the military, I seen grown folks standing across from me freaking out and paranoid because they think that it was personal. They thought it was personal. The whole thing for the military is to tear you down completely and build you back up to make you better and stronger to handle everything. Most people can't handle that and they crumble. So that's for another topic. I've been trying to get up with 87 for a couple of days, so I've been on here 47 minutes. I appreciate every single one of you. Mike, I appreciate all the gifts and the membership, man. I really appreciate that. That's solid. Remember what I said, boys and girls? Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch. If I sweep it off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.